So do you want to walk into a room and own it? Do you want people to look around, look at you, and know that you're in charge? For them to look at you as the leader, as the person that's going to take them to the next level. How can you do that with your clothing? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 tips that you can use to project power with your clothing. Now, I want to thank Valuetainment. They've allowed me to come here on their channel. I've created these videos for up-and-coming entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs that have been at this a while but are looking to have an edge, because that's what clothing is. It gives you, it's your outward appearance that people see before you can show them you've got that fancy MBA, that you've worked 5 years to grow your company to a certain level. They make a fight or flight decision. When they look at you, they make that quick judgment. You want to make sure that you're projecting power, that when somebody looks at you across the room, you look like the manager, you look like the owner, you look like the person who is making decisions, so they come right up to you and start talking to you about that type of thing. That's how opportunity comes your way. Now, the 5 tips I'm going to lay out. Number 1, don't show much skin. Number 2, nail the fit. Number 3, get the right colors. Number 4, pay attention to the quality of the clothing. And number 5, pay attention to the particular type of clothing. So let's go ahead, let's go back to point number 1. Don't show much skin. So what do I mean by this? I mean, you want to actually, don't wear short sleeve shirts. Longer sleeve. Make sure that you are wearing a tie. Don't open up in here. This applies both to men and to women. Now, with women, it's something in business. You're surrounded by a lot of men oftentimes. And the skin, if you show too much of it, they're men, and they're just going to fall back on, the whole evolutionary biology stuff, and we don't need to get into that. But with men, it's actually the same. You are not going to be taken as seriously if you wear a short sleeve shirt. They've done the studies on this if you're wearing a pair of shorts. So instead, yes, it's hot outside. Wear a pair of tropical weight wool trousers, fully cover up your leg. Maybe wear a pair of linen shirt, fully cover up your arm. Maybe actually go with a knitted tie, or, maybe button up that other button. Here I had 2 unbuttoned. Right there. All of a sudden, you're showing a little bit less skin. But there is a study, and I didn't have it. I'll try to link to it. Maybe I'll put it in the support, the description of the video down below. But guys, skin and how much skin you show and how much authority and how competent you are viewed, actually, they've got an interesting correlation with each other. Tip number 2 for projecting power with clothing is to nail the fit. So if you've got a bad fit, that's what people are going to pay attention to. And it's going to look like you don't even know how to wear your clothing. Like you're wearing your older sister or your older brother's clothing, and it's just too big on you. That's what you don't want. Now, where to pay attention to the fit. In particular, look at the shoulders, look in on the chest area and in the torso area. This is where you want to get it adjusted. And if you can, wear a jacket. Maybe wear a shirt that has a little bit of a shoulder buildup or has a little bit of maybe an epaulette or something right in here. Now for men, sports jackets, suits are going to look great because they're going to help build up the shoulders. By building up the shoulders, we make you look taller and we make you look more authoritative. This also works with women. So look at pantsuits, look at a skirt with a suit jacket. That type of combination right there, and especially a suit made from the pant or the skirt made from the same fabric as the jacket, is going to give you a lean monochromatic look. Taller people are perceived as more authoritative. Now, if you're 5'2", not much you can do about that, but you can do what you can with what you have. And again, you're going for the monochromatic look. You're going to build up the shoulders a bit. Now, we're not talking 1980s crazy shoulders here, so look at the latest fashion, especially for the ladies. But it is something, if you can wear a jacket right there, it's going to send a signal that you are someone to look to. Now, when it comes to the pants, pay attention to the hem. Again, if you've got it way too long, we are going to get stuck and our eyes are going to focus in on your feet and how bad and some of the tearing in the back. So pay attention to that small detail as well. Tip number 3 to project power with clothing is to go with a dark color. You're looking for black, you're looking for charcoal gray, you're looking for medium gray, you're looking for navy blue. All of these in a solid dark color are going to project authority. They're going to project leadership. This applies both to men and to women. So you're looking for your suits. The suit is going to be by default, and I'll get to that in a second, but it is one of the easiest ones to find the matching trouser, matching pair of jackets, or skirt with the jacket, and to give that very dark look. Now, with color, the lighter you go, it's going to become more informal. Now, there are certain colors, and let's talk about accent colors. So a bit of red. Bringing in a red Power necktie. Now this one got a little bit of a pattern in it, maybe a little bit of gold. You could go with something you don't go too bright on these colors. You want to go for something that's got a little bit of a darker shade or is the true hue color. If you go too bright or something that's, don't ever go neon, that right there is going to go send the wrong signal. Instead, you want to focus in on the true color or a bit of a shade, and that right there, especially in red, is going to send a strong authority signal. Tip number 4 to project power is to wear the right type of clothing for your industry. So if you're in law, if you're in banking, you're in consulting, suits are going to be your go-to item. But if you're outside of that industry, perhaps you're in construction, you're over in some type of manufacturing, it may be an actual uniform. It may be you're going to dress nice, you're going to look good, but you don't necessarily need to wear a suit, maybe a sports jacket, maybe a particular type of uniform. A doctor, obviously you've got a particular type of uniform, but outside of that, you can kind of see how this is all going. Look for the leaders in your industry. Look how they are dressing and look to dress in that manner. Tip number 5, the quality of the clothing. Notice I didn't say brands, but brands do have particular power, especially when that brand is associated with high quality clothing. But understand that paying a lot for a brand doesn't mean that you're always going to get high quality. So I like to focus in on just getting the best product. So when it comes to shirts, when it comes to jackets, when it comes to skirts, when it comes to shoes, look at where it's made, look at the construction, look at the detail, look at the timeless classic design. You want to, and that's when I think it's worth paying a bit more, getting something that over time, instead of looking worse, actually starts to look better. When you buy a purse, you buy a bag, that yes, when you take care of it, it's just something that looks great even a year later, and it never goes out of style. There are particular brands that are probably worth paying for because they do project a bit of power. Now, I don't know the women's, Mark, I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments on what particular women's brand you think project power when it comes to bags, but I know that for men, watches. If you're wearing a Rolex watch, that's something a lot of people look at and they think it's either a fake or you've got some discretionary income and you're doing pretty well in life. So understand that brand sometimes matters, but quality of the product always matters. All right, so now it's your turn. I want to see you all down in the comments telling me, what did you like? What could I have done better? What would you have added to this video to make it better? Especially when it comes to ladies wear. I mostly focus in on men, but I want to thank again, Patrick, Mario, the team at Valuetainment for allowing me to come on this channel to share with you guys the power of clothing. Remember, use this information, run with it, and take action.